Hi everyone, Frank De Raffele here. Welcome to this week's Business Newsmakers. We have a special edition of Business Newsmakers this week. We have with us Mike Horodyski, who is the President and CEO of Wallkill Valley Federal Savings and Loan. We had him come in today because there's some exciting things happening over at Wallkill and wanted to talk to him about it. So Mike, first, thanks for being here today.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
So why don't we first start with, before we get into it, I'd love to always get a background on somebody. So
Sure.
Let's talk a little bit about kind of how did you end up at Wallkill? Where did you first grow up? Did you grow up around here? Tell us a little bit your background.
I'd be happy to. Local boy, grew up in Highland basically my whole life. Went to Marist College. Was going to go take the world on down in New York City as a stockbroker and a specialist on the New York Stock Exchange. Did that for about 2 years and figured out pretty quickly between the wrong last name, wrong attitude towards New York City life, it was best to get out. So found a local bank, Pauling Savings Bank, answered an ad in the Poughkeepsie Journal, and moved to a bunch of different banks, kind of getting a little more responsibility each time. And really the saying, better to be lucky than good, was really truly true at Wallkill. I went in, interviewed on a whim, and the board liked me and offered me the position. So
when you went there, you went in you didn't have.
No, I started as an executive vice president,
Okay.
anticipating a change in leadership at some point, and then about 18 months later, they threw me the keys and said,
wow, and how long's that been now?
that was July of 2011, or December of 11, so we're looking at about 6 years.
So what's that ride been like from then until now, not including what's happened most recently?
It's been great. I mean, between the board, the staff, I always say it's better to be the president than not be the president. So certainly that has been, it's been super, just the entire ride, meeting a lot of great people, experiencing a lot of different things, and really growing what we believe to be a great community bank has just been super rewarding.
So now talk to us. There's some really exciting things going on. That's why one of the reasons we wanted to have you in today is Wallkill is expanding, growing. So tell us a little about that. What's been happening recently?
Well, along with just our normal, unfortunately in the banking industry today, you have to get a little bigger to stay competitive. A lot of costs that came in with Dodd-Frank make it much more costly to do business. So those costs, whether I'm 100 million or 200 million or 500 million, are the same. So for us, a little bigger scale was important. So just recently we announced that our, we're going to be acquiring Hometown Bank of the Hudson Valley, basically a sister organization to us, 4 great locations in Orange County, and really very much the same model as us, customer service centric, and just doing right by the community. So we're really excited to be growing our brand, growing our asset size, and really becoming a much more competitive force in the community banking landscape.
So you're saying it helps a bank to kind of grow and do that type of thing, to offer more for the community. So talk to us about, if I'm a current customer at Wallkill, how is this benefiting me? What's the difference for me? And if somebody who's not a customer of Wallkill now looking and saying, hey, this is a little more attractive. Why are you more attractive now than you were before?
Well, just for us, even if you were a customer today, what you didn't have 4 or 5 years ago, online banking, remote deposit capture, things that make it more convenient to do business with us, because we really feel that we want you to do business with us, and we don't have a lot of locations all over the world. So certainly you can take a picture of a check, make a deposit into your Wallkill account, you can check your balances online. Those types of conveniences make it easier for people to deal with us. And as a person coming into us from Hometown, again, you'll have more locations, you'll have more services, and I think what you'll find is a better customer experience.
Wow. So when you talk about more locations, talk to us about how many locations do you have now, and kind of what's your footprint, if you will?
Yep, 4 right now, basically centered in southern Ulster County, 1 in Milton. Our main office and headquarters since 1913 is right in Wallkill. And then we have 2 others in Orange County, Maybrook, and then a branch down in Highland Falls near West Point.
Okay, that's exciting. So by doing this, is that kind of like, hey, we're where we want to be now, or could there be more change and growth in the next 5 or so years?
We probably never stop. So certainly, but really important, certainly to my board and to me, is as we grow, we keep the same customer-centric focus that we have, because we don't want to become where we forget kind of where we came from. And we like to say to people, we know how to treat a person because we understand life happens. Everybody's credit score is not perfect. Everybody's job history isn't perfect. So it's really important for us to, my big thing to my employees is hear their story. Let's hear what they have to say and see if there's something we can help with.
I think what you just said is really important. I want to emphasize that point. So I want to kind of ask you, if I'm currently a client at Wallkill or currently a client, at your other bank coming in, the question is, everybody feels insecure when this happens. So what does this mean? What is it going to mean to us? Are fees going to go up? Are we going to change things? Are they not going to have what I used to have? So if you had to get a message across the people that are in either of these banks now as they come in to make them feel good, what's the message you really want to get across to them to say it's going to be okay?
Yeah, I think the most important thing at this point is we're going to be stronger together. We're going to have more services, more location, better opportunity to serve our customers better than we did separately. And that's the most important thing. We're going to be a very special community bank in the Hudson Valley together, and it's going to be a wonderful experience, I think, not only for our employees, but also certainly for our customers.
And you saw, if I understood you correctly, these two banks had a similar culture already, so the assimilation is going to be pretty seamless?
We did. I'm a big community banking advocate. I really believe in community banking, and you have two very long historied community banks coming together here. And we had shared loans through participations. Our boards had gotten together over the years and done golf trips and certain things like that. So there really was a camaraderie there that's important, and couldn't be more excited about kind of growing our brand and bringing our style of banking to more people.
So if people wanted to find out more about the bank, where would you suggest that they go to? What's the best thing to do?
Certainly the website's a great place. We have a great Facebook page, both of which are alive and ever-changing, although my mother would like me to change my president's message more frequently than I do. But both of those places are super areas that you can get a lot of information on what's going on.
And Mom is on your personal board? Is that how that works?
Well, Mom is my board. My wife is also the chairman of my house. So yes, I have two great women in my life that kind of run me outside of the bank.
Okay, so let's do a non-bank question now.
Sure.
When you're not banking and doing that, what's your favorite thing to do here in the Hudson Valley when you're taking time off, going and doing something? What do you do to relieve stress?
Well, I love to play golf, albeit not well, and then I certainly love spending time around the house. We have a great place to kind of entertain and having some people over and just enjoying life. We've got a lot to be thankful for, and very happy to be living in the Valley.
So you like playing bad golf? Do you like playing golf with other people who are bad golfers?
Yeah, no, that's the most rewarding. That's the most rewarding when we're both bad. Yeah, no, to get blown away on the golf course is not what I'm looking to do.
So I think publicly right now we're saying that we have a golf date.
We do have a golf match in our future.
Thank you.
No, this was great.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching today here on a special edition of Business Newsmakers. Go check out Wallkill Valley Federal Savings and Loan. This is Frank De Raffele. See you next week.